in addition to Trent Williams
Hmm.
hitting free agency, we got Jason Verrett testing free
Right.
agency. This is really, I think, the more interesting topic, because to me, I think the Niners should let Trent Williams go. Don't pay a 33-year-old left tackle like he's a 27-year-old quarterback. But Jason Verrett's not going to be as expensive. He's just as good as Trent Williams when healthy. Hell of a player.
Right.
But he's got his whole history. What do you think is going to happen here with Jason Verrett?
I think he's going to ultimately leave San Francisco, get more money. I think he's going to command at least anywhere from $8 to $12 million, depending on what a team is willing to overpay for that boundary cornerback. Because what you get with Jason Verrett is exactly what you pointed out, Grant. When he's healthy, he's one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL, hands down.
Yes.
And the thing with him was his injuries, right? His red flag injury history, his Achilles, his torn ACL, had a bump ankle. So he has all these different injuries, but at the end of the day, it's like, what you're getting with Jason Verrett when he's healthy.
Plus, he played really well last year and was healthy for the most part.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. So I think, in my honest opinion, the Niners should re-sign him as opposed to Trent Williams. So if they let Trent Williams walk, there's no excuse for them not to re-sign Jason Verrett. There's enough money to go around for that. But yeah, we're just going to see how that one plays out. What are your thoughts there?
If they don't re-sign Jason Verrett, I'll understand, because there's a lot of risk there and he's not young. But if they have to replace him with someone who's a stud, because again, when he was healthy, and he was healthy for most of last season, he's locked down. He's top 10 at maybe even top 7. I mean, he's really, really good. And he basically shut down DeAndre Hopkins, which is something the Niners need. You got to face him twice a year. If you let Jason Verrett go, who's the next guy who's going to shut down DeAndre Hopkins? No one else in free agency that they can sign who'd be cheaper than Jason Verrett. Now you got to spend a first-round pick on a cornerback somehow. That's another. So, I mean, it seems to me that Jason Verrett, even with the risk, should be a priority for the Niners. They just have to protect themselves. Could they give him some type of contract that pays him conditionally based on playing time? I think that's what any team would offer him.
Right. No, you're absolutely correct. And again, you make great points, because at the end of the day, you're going to be spinning your rules if you let Jason Verrett go in free agency, because now you have another need that you have to fill. And sitting there at 12, what are you going to do? You're going to select Caleb Farley, J.C. Horn, and then what's going to happen with the offensive line? You're going to neglect that again and not get
a quarterback. It's like, how many things do you have to take at 12? Yeah. So you don't want to re-sign Jason Verrett, but we have a little scheme for how you can get a comparable corner. But to replace him, you're trying to get a top 5, top 7 corner who can shut down all-pro DeAndre Hopkins.
Right.
Who's that? Even anyone in the draft. Like, you've never seen J.C. Horn cover DeAndre Hopkins. You don't know how that's going to go. That could be bad news for J.C. Horn. We just don't know. But we do know how Jason Verrett can do. We saw that months ago.
Right.
So if they could give him the type of contract that's doesn't have a lot of guaranteed money and a lot of incentives and conditions based on playing time, earn it. Yeah. And if you're hurt, then the Niners aren't, out of luck. That's the
hopefully they don't do the same thing as D Ford, give him an injury clause in there.
Don't do that. Do you think that Jason Verrett will get a big more or less than what Jimmy Ward got from the Niners last year? That was 3 years, $28.5 million.
Ooh, more. I think he'll get more. I think he'll get more. Because he's a corner.
Uh-oh, he may be leaving.